Halo guys, balik lagi di channel BadRush. Jadi hari ini mari kita lanjutkan kembali perjalanan kita di GenshinImpact ya. Jadi terakhir rekapnya kita kemarin Archon Quest untuk membangun kembali jet chamber ya, dan belum beres karena kita harus ngelanjutin lagi X1-nya belum beres ya. Karena kita harus memainkan story-nya Ganyu dulu ya. Soalnya karakternya katanya lagi ada di, kita lihat. Nah, karakter is currently involved in other quest. Jadi si Ganyu mungkin maksudnya apa namanya? Si Ganyu ada di story-nya Ganyu ya, pasti ada. Tapi maksud gua harus mainin itu dulu baru ini dulu, karena gua udah terlanjur ngebuka story quest-nya kan, mungkin karena itu. Jadi oke, hari ini akan kita selesaikan story quest-nya Ganyu, habis itu baru besok kita lanjutin lagi Archon quest-nya ya. So, let's go. Tapi sebelum itu gua ganti, jangan pakai Ganyu dulu ya. Sebenarnya Ganyu udah sakit, guys. Level 45 nya Ganyu gua udah sakit. Ternyata Ganyu sama Barbara tinggian Barbara anjir. Oke. Jadi kali ini kita pakai Kai ya, karena albedo udah 80. Jadi gua harus cari ininya dulu, cari materialnya dulu untuk bisa buat dia jadi 80/90 ya. Jadi gua nggak pakai dia dulu karena ini bakal nambahin SP kan kalau lawan musuh. Jadi yuk langsung kita lanjutkan aja. Kita mulai story quest-nya. Loh, pakai ini nih. Ya harusnya ini sih. Oke, yuk, let's go. Talk to the jet. Oh iya ini. Talk to jet chamber secretaries. Oke, let's go. Mari kita mulai. Start. Wih, ada expedition reward. Bentar, gua ambil dulu guys. Oh, ke sini aja deh, nggak apa-apa. Kita ke QA dulu deh. Ke Liwe terus ke sekretarisnya. Nah, soalnya kalau bertabrakan gitu nggak bisa guys, kan maksudnya ini si Ganyuan tabrakan ya, questnya ada 2, jadi memang harus satu-satu. Kalau tabrakan gitu ya harus satunya dulu diselesain ya, atau gua nggak tahu sih sistemnya. Cuman mungkin kalau nggak gua buka kemarin story questnya Ganyu, paling kita nggak mengalami hal ini paling ya. Cuman ya sudah, karena udah terlanjur, jadi ya udah kita lanjutin. Kita ngeberesin story questnya Ganyu dulu, baru habis itu besok kita lanjutin X1 ya, masih X1. Mudah-mudahan besok cuma sebentar. Kalau cuma sebentar kita langsung lanjut X2 aja guys. Tapi kalau lama ya X1 beresin dulu aja. Oke, kita ambil expedition reward dulu. Aduh.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Oke. Start beres. Liwe beres. Asuma. Wih, Kujo Sarana. Nice. Gak ada yang bisa bantu nih. Start 2 deh, tadi beres kan? Oke. Gak ada yang bisa bantu juga orang-orang Mondstadt ini. Liwe tadi juga beres, tidak ada yang bisa membantu. Oke, yuk ke jet chamber secretaries di atas itu. Lihat sini aja. Lala la 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 la. Ini dia. Oke.
It's shocking how much work there is to do, even for the 3 of us.
And she's been handling it alone all along. The Chising secretary
Kan
clearly
itu juga
isn't an ordinary
sekretaris.
person. It's so frustrating.
Huh? You're...
Aren't you Ningguang's servants? How come you're here?
We are Miss Ningguang's private secretaries,
Pembantu.
not servants.
Have you seen Miss Ganyu, traveler? It has been several days since Ganyu left for Joyun Karst. She's the general secretary of the Liue Chising. We've only taken over her responsibilities until she gets
Ketua
back.
sekretaris.
Ah, Even though the Chising have made peace with the Adepti after the latter had denounced Liyue, they still want to pay their respects to the Illuminated Ones. They commissioned Ganyu as their envoy to deliver a letter to Julian Karst and bring the Adepti the latest news about the crisis. Still, Ganyu should have been back to her usual responsibilities by now, but she's disappeared without a trace.
Hilang, tidur paling.
Is that so? Maybe Ganyu just took a little detour. Who can blame her after working so hard?
I'm afraid it's not very likely. Ever since we met Ms. Ganyu, she's been nothing but the most conscientious person in all of Liyue. Even when it's time for her annual leave, Ms. Ganyu stays on duty at Yuehai Pavilion saying there is still so much to do. She couldn't possibly be using her mission as an excuse to slack off.
Oh, Paimon sees how it is. But she's half Adeptus. She wouldn't get in trouble, right? Why do you look so upset?
It's because of this absurd workload of hers. When we first heard the three of us would be taking over for Miss Ganyu, we thought it would simply be a matter of changing our work environment.
We couldn't have imagined that Miss Ganyu's daily workload far exceeds what the three of us are used to doing.
We don't even know how long we've been working. We feel guilty for taking even a short breather like we are
Mereka
now.
nggak mampu anjir.
Looks like you got a serious emergency on your hands.
Speaking of Julian Karst, Traveler, I've heard that you can go in and out of there as you please.
Of course, we've been there lots of times.
Ah, that's good news. Could you go to Julian Karst and find Miss Ganyu for us? Preferably before we collapse under this workload. We're saved. I remember Miss Ganyu said that she'd be visiting Cloud Retainer's abode. You might as well start looking for her there.
Oke.
It's about time she came back to work. Otherwise...
No, perhaps we should go to Lady Ningguang first and bring up our overtime pay again.
Oke, sekarang kita harus cari Sea of Clothes, Sea of People. Bentar,
So Ganyu
gua
left to visit
penasaran ini
Cloud
guys, kita
Retainer.
bisa naik gak sih
Doesn't
kan?
she live in Mel Out?
Kan ini ya lagi rusak ya. Oh, nggak ada cuy.
We should hurry up. Paimon hopes we can find her there.
Oke. Ternyata nggak bisa naik. Oke. Kita ke Gunung Aocang. Waduh. Tutupan. Ciha. Oh itu dia. La 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 la.
Person standing over there. That's Ganyu. We finally found Ganyu. Here you are.
You two. I did not expect to meet you here. Is it official or private affairs that bring you here? I shouldn't. I have left the human world. Please contact the Yuehai Pavilion regarding matters concerning the commercial port.
Huh? You don't want to be the Chising secretary anymore? But they're all waiting for you to come back.
That's why you're here? You want me to come back? I'm afraid you came here in vain.
What? Did something happen?
The clouds fold and unfold. The tide ebbs and flows. It was meant to be. When the Adepti entrusted humans with overseeing Liyue, I knew it was only a matter of time
dia
until I had to
galau.
leave.
Enggak kalau suruh pergi.
My Adepti blood makes me unwelcome in Liyue Harbor.
Kenapa kepikirannya kayak gitu?
I delivered the letter and came back to Liyue Harbor, only to discover that I had been replaced by Baiwen, Baishao, and Baishu.
Namanya bayi semua.
Perhaps that mission of mine was just a pretext to remove me.
Bukan lah.
Since the
Itu karena
Chising
ente
gave
nggak
me a
ada
chance to
makanya
leave with dignity,
digantiin.
I decided to be tactful as well. I appreciate your kindness, but there's no need for your words of comfort.
No.
After 1,000 years away, I came back to Juyun Karst. Looking at the clouds floating among the mountains brings me peace of mind. I feel better now.
But...
Who disturbs the peace of these mountains?
Marah ibunya.
Cloud Retainer, we're terribly sorry. We just...
One merely jests. One felt your presence the moment you set foot upon this land.
Wow, you Adepti really are impressive.
Come here to chat about the old times with Ganyu. It looks like you get along quite well. The matter leaves you at an impasse then. Not to worry. One is exceptional at seeking avenues for conversation. One has been one's own companion in idle talk for many a year. Yes. Since you are Ganyu's friends, tales from her youth shall one apprise you of, perhaps?
Cloud Retainer.
Nothing to be ashamed of. You were so cute as a child. One is most certain that your friends would like to hear of it.
Oh, Paimon wants to hear it.
Ayo cerita.
Little Ganyu loved when the horns on the top of her head were caressed. When one was still taking care of her, one was pestered most often to touch her horns. She was elsewise loath to sleep.
Wow.
Plump she was back then. Why, when she stumbled while we ascended the mountain, she would roll down to the bottom like a little ball.
Gelundung dari atas gunung anjir.
The day Ganyu bumped into a pilgrim was the first time she saw a real human in the flesh.
Pertama kali dia lihat
So
manusia pas
fearful
jatuh
she
itu ya.
was that she hid in a rock's cleft for 2 days and nights. One found her wailing of a monster she had seen.
Cloud Retainer? Forget it. It's about time for my training. I will take my leave.
Malu.
One's intention was merely to relieve the awkward tension.
And you did the exact opposite. Impressive.
Be that so? But returning to Ganyu, most gladdened one is of your arrival. One cannot help but feel that remaining in Juyun Karst shall not be good for her. One will tell you more about her, if you should permit it.
Okay.
Most benevolent among all Adepti are the Qilin. They drink only spring water and eat only whole grain. But perhaps the mountainous dwellings of Adepti in Juyun Karst might be too lonely for her human side. Under moonlight did one see her last. She stood by the precipice's edge, and upon the mist-veiled mountains she gazed. Her thin figure was immersed in the vast sea of clouds. One noticed her loneliness, and sought to convince her to go back to the human world. But just then, she said thus.
Liyue Harbor feels even lonelier than Juyun Karst. When I look at the sea of clouds in Juyun Karst, I merely feel the loneliness of a solitary cloud gazer. When I step into the sea of people in Liyue, I feel the loneliness of an inhuman that doesn't belong in the human world.
One did, by chance, hear this much of Ganyu's thoughts. Alone, she will find her predicament hard to conquer. One hopes that you will accompany her.
Oh, Retainer's right. We can't leave Ganyu depressed like that. Besides, Liyue hasn't given up on her. She's got it all wrong.
Salah paham, bro.
Anyways, what's that training Ganyu was talking about?
She has sought to reclaim her Adeptus side since returning to Juyun Karst. At her behest, one has organized training for her to achieve that end.
She should be in the southern part of Mount Aotsong right now, preparing for the trial.
Huh, is that so? go take a look then.
Let's go. Kok naik lagi?
So here you are, Ganyu.
Why did you come here? Humans should not remain in the realm of Adepti for too long. Considering the kindness you have shown me, I can let you stay for the Adeptus training.
Apa ini latihannya ini?
This trial was prepared by Cloud Retainer. Its goal is to help me feel like an Adeptus again. The training is much to her signature style. I hope it won't make it seem like she is too unaware of the abilities of others.
Is it difficult?
No, I'm aware of your strength, Traveler. The power hidden within you is not inferior to mine. If you're ready, we shall begin the training.
Oke. Latihan apa ini? Hah? Oh. Oke. Gimana nih maksudnya?
Next on the agenda.
Oke, pindah lagi. Oh, ya. Oh, itu ada. Oh, tapi gua belum punya kuncinya. Trial pakai Ganyu. Tenang, waktunya masih lama banget, guys. Santai aja. Oh, ada dua. Gerak-gerak sekarang, oke. Anjir.
If you could see through the eyes of an Adeptus, you wouldn't be so surprised.
Oh, sekalian ambilin ini guys buat karakter kita sekalian, buat Ganyunya sekalian. Udah nggak kena. Bang, nice. Oke. Yuk, masih bisa yuk. Cok, kok mah turun? Ayo 1 menit lagi ya. Aduh, jadi bego nih. 1,5 menit. Ya, ada ininya ternyata. Oh, ini ternyata tiga-tiganya di sini. And pang, nice.
We've completed the task. What do you think? Hardships are a fact of life, both for the Adepti and humans alike.
Ganyu, what were you planning to do once your training was over?
The training's not over yet. The part prepared by Cloud Retainer is only the first trial.
Waduh.
Huh? So there are more trials prepared by other Adepti?
No. The only Adeptus who can unlock my true potential is...
Who is it?
Conqueror of Demons.
Oh, Xiao.
Huh. So it's Xiao. That cold-hearted loner? How come he's prepared a trial for you?
I found him unapproachable at first, too. But I believe that being able to face him is an important part of my homecoming. He's already waiting for me. Come along if you're interested.
Of course we are. Let's go.
Oke, kita ketemu Xiao. Jauh ini pasti ke... Oh, nggak, kirain jauh. Biasanya kan dia nggak pergi-pergi. Itu dia. Salah baca ini. Bro, ketemu lagi, bro.
You're half an hour late. I see you still haven't abandoned the wrongful ways of humankind.
I'm sorry. I had a meeting with Cloud Retainer. I
don't need your explanations and don't require any mutual understanding between us. I'm just helping you with your training. That's all.
Xiao is such a strict teacher.
You're neither an Adeptus nor a human, always treading the line between the two worlds. It must create a lot of confusion. Instead of explaining yourself to me, you should face your true self.
I have nothing to hide.
The body and the mind are one. If something worries your mind, your body can help you find a solution. The trial I've prepared for you will explore the true potential of your body.
Yes. I'm ready.
Oke, gelut nih biasanya. Oh iya kan? Ini jagain ini ya, oke. Level 90 kita dikasih.
The trial's begun. Paimon can feel it in the air. Even the weather's changed.
Alah, nggak kena. Dia bikinnya apa guys? Sebentar. Attack 2400 nggak, anjir, nggak masuk akal. Weapon Amos bow, oke. Attack, oke. Artefaknya, oh dia dikasih noblesse obliges, oke. Udah C3 anjir. Talentnya 88 anjir, 11 anjir, ya bener.
We're way behind schedule.
Let's spark things up.
Don't get frostbite. Freeze.
Bam.
No touching. Next on the agenda. We're way behind schedule. This is long overdue. Next on the agenda.
You're in for a little shock.
Oh, so sorry. Cool it.
Access denied.
Crumble apart. Starball.
All hail. No touching. Access denied. No touching.
Aduh, kecepat, anjir.
This is long overdue.
Come on, we can do it.
Don't get frostbite. Dodge this.
Surrender and be gentle.
Ha! Drop.
Oke, beres. Wah, anjir.
I've completed your trial.
You don't have to report back to me. Seeking other people's validation won't benefit your training. Only you can evaluate the result of this trial. You'll progress faster that way.
Understood.
Xiao always has such strong opinions.
From tomorrow on, I'll start raising the difficulty of your training, so you'll have to...
Have to do what?
Another one of those pesky visitors. I'll leave him to you, Ganyu. It's also a part of your training.
Pesky visitor? So even here there are those that Xiao can't deal with?
Ada satu yang nggak bisa Xiao hadapi.
Oh heavens! Blessed be Rex Lapis! I've finally come upon the Adepti. Are all of you the Adepti of this mountain? Great! My name's Sin Chung. I came to ask for your merciful blessings, O Adepti. I beg of you, please grant me luck, wealth, and a good career.
Oh, so it's a pilgrim.
I am also one of the Adepti. You can say that I'm an Adeptus in training.
Perfect.
Adeptus
I didn't
magang,
come in
anjir.
vain then. Although you sound a bit half-hearted. Doesn't matter. What blessings can you grant me?
Wow, straight to the point, huh?
Dear Pilgrim, you shouldn't jump to conclusions. Adepti don't help every pilgrim for free.
For free? Do you mean that you charge people for the blessings of the Adepti?
That's not what I meant. What I'm trying to say is that everything should be earned through hard work and earnest living. It would be unfair to other people if you got everything you wanted for no reason.
Hold on. I've heard this all before. You're just like my old man, always nagging me.
Your father must have experienced it firsthand. The lives of the
Ya
common
iyalah.
folk are riddled with
Jangan
hardships,
cuma berdoa
but
doang,
are
tapi
also
juga
full
harus
of
pakai
joy.
usaha lah.
A person of your age should focus on work and family, instead of chasing after fairy tales.
Tapi usaha juga harus ada doanya, guys.
Are you a real
Jangan cuma usaha
Adeptus?
doang.
Why do you speak and behave like us city
Ya
folk?
intinya imbang
You
lah.
sure you're not one of those
50-50 lah.
swindlers who pose as an Adeptus to cheat people out of their money? Ugh, how dare you reprove me? I bet you came here looking for the Adepti yourself.
He might sorta have a point. We did come here looking for Ganyu after all.
Enough. Doesn't matter if you're a real Adeptus or not. You're useless. I'm leaving.
Nobody's stopping you. Ganyu, don't let that guy ruin your mood.
It's not his behavior. The things he said. He was
Tidak
right.
dong.
I thought that coming back to Jueyun Karst and devoting myself to training would make me feel like an Adeptus again. But being questioned by him made me realize that But I'm unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. As an Adeptus,
It's true. Just believe us.
all right. I'll go with you to Liyue Harbor. That said, I still trust my initial judgment. If I'm proven right, I'll return to Jueyun Karst once
Oke, ayo
again.
kita buktikan kalau ente cuma
Step in the right
apa ya
direction.
bahasanya
Let's
kalau
go.
sekarang tuh insecure ya, insecure guys, insecure ini si Ganyu. Oh ampun, kayak anak-anak muda zaman sekarang anjir, gampang banget insecure. Itu dikit insecure, itu dikit insecure. Aduh, janganlah. Sini ikut kita tunjukin kalau ente itu masih dibutuhkan, ente itu berharga. Oh iya dong.
We're finally back.
I'm still...
Come on, Ganyu. We're almost there. You don't want to turn back now, do you?
I suppose you have a point. It would be quite impolite of me to leave the two of you now.
That's right. Where do you want to go first, then?
I've spent too much time in the mountains. The first thing that comes to my mind is the sea. Let's go for a walk in the
Oke,
port.
Happy to come with.
jalan-jalan bareng Ganyu. La 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 la. Kok jauh? Kita pakai ini aja. Jauh ternyata. Pada bau-bau kayak serangga gini guys di kamar gua. Udah lupakan, nanti aja. Kita ajak Ganyu jalan-jalan dulu.
The sound of the waves in this familiar port. The smell of the sea breeze makes me nostalgic.
Ganyu, you didn't leave Liyue for that long. Why do you look so moved?
Well, I used to be so busy.
Dia
I haven't taken
cuma
a stroll
butuh
around here in a
jalan-jalan
long
kayaknya
time.
guys. Butuh healing.
You seem to be working all the time.
Well,
Anjir,
when I
ini
think about
masalahnya
my
Ganyu,
time
masalahnya
here,
anak-anak muda zaman
I've
sekarang.
spent most of it behind a desk filing documents.
Gampang
It put me in a
insecure,
certain
cuma butuh
mood.
healing.
Similar to the one I felt during my training in Juyun Karst, in fact.
Is that? It is! It's Lady Ganyu. I wouldn't have thought I'd meet you here. You were always so terribly busy.
Lady Ganyu? Why are you calling her that?
Allow me to introduce Uncle Tian. He is...
That's all right. Just tell them the truth. They have done so much for Liyue after all, and I am the one who has yet to introduce myself.
Uncle Tian is a member of the Liyue Chising.
Oh,
The
dia
Tianxin.
itu dulu.
What? This grandpa is a member of the Chising? The same rank as Ningguang?
Hush now. I must ask for your discretion concerning my identity. Fishing in the port and strolling about are the greatest pleasures of my life. I have no wish to be followed around by those armed guards. In most people's eyes, I'm just a forgetful and wordy old man.
Uncle Tian is too modest. He's been around for a long time. There's no one who can replace a person of such noble character.
What an honor to receive such high praise from Lady Ganyu herself. I guess I must have done something right over the last, however many decades.
Uncle Tian, please. A person of your standing should really stop calling me Lady Ganyu.
My apologies. It's not intentional, just a habit from my younger days. Thank you for looking after me when I first ascended to my position in the Chising.
Oh, so you've been friends for many decades now, huh?
Oh, I was just fulfilling my duties as the Chising secretary. It's nothing worthy of your gratitude.
Talking about secretaries, I don't know if I should bring it up. Ganyu, I believe you know my daughter, Huixin. She seems to be a bit troubled recently.
Yes, she works at Yua High Pavilion and she's my junior. How can I help her?
I don't know myself, really. She's all grown up now and doesn't like to ask for my help. May I trouble you to meet her at UAI Pavilion? She just needs a bit of guidance.
With pleasure. Solving the Chising's problems has always been in my job description.
She's back in character, just like that, huh? Let's move then to UAI Pavilion.
Mulai balik lagi jadi orang berarti. Oke, let's go. Ke situ lagi. Ay, kenapa sih? Agak nge-lag dikit. Oh, itu anaknya.
Miss Ganyu, it's been too long. I don't know why, but seeing you brings me a sense of peace in these chaotic times.
Indeed, it has been a while, Huixin. I'm flattered, but aren't you exaggerating a little? I heard that you encountered some problems and came to see if I could be of some help.
My father asked you to come, didn't he? Abusing his status as a member of the Qixing to trouble you.
No, it's okay.
Don't worry. I'm always happy to help a junior colleague from Yuehai Pavilion.
Ganyu's not only a competent secretary, but also a great mentor.
So, what can you tell me about the problem?
Ugh, where should I start? I discovered something strange while organizing tax records. There are obvious irregularities in the tax declarations of two stores, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique. However, whether I question the shopkeepers or check their accounts, I can't seem to make any progress with my investigation. Without any evidence, my hands are tied.
I see. It's not uncommon for merchants to be blinded by greed.
Well, is there any solution you can advise?
Naturally. I've dealt with similar issues hundreds of times. Give me a moment to consider the best approach in this scenario. Alright.
Berapa ribu tahun
Let's
emang
approach it this way,
Yue
then.
itu?
Your enemy knows you best.
Huh?
If I remember correctly, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique are old business rivals, competing for market share due to their similar wares. In that case...
I know what you mean, Miss Ganyu.
You want them to each other?
Exactly. Let's start with Wanyo Boutique. The owner's name is... Bolai, isn't it?
Yes, you're right. Follow me, please.
Wah, ke tempatnya si Bolai. Itu ya bapak-bapak penjual bunga itu ya. Bawah sini dia.
Aha! We meet again, traveler. And you must be from the Yuehai Pavilion? I suppose you're about to place a big order. I'd be honored to offer you my wares.
That won't be necessary, Mr. Bolai. Wanyo Boutique's credit is not sufficient to accept orders directly from Yuehai Pavilion. Should we need to place such an order, we would certainly go to Second Life instead.
What? Second Life?
Indomaret lawan Alfamart.
That rascal Dongshan. He's stealing all of my customers.
Well, Second Life's credit has always been excellent, and based on their tax records, their business is thriving.
Tax records? Thriving?
Huh. Is there anything you'd like to share with us, Mr. Bolai?
Don't let that rascal fool you. I know his dirty tricks best. If you don't believe me, show me his tax records. I'm sure I'll find something fishy in there.
You know Second Life's business so well?
Of course. Their every transaction makes my blood boil. I'd rather lose money myself than see that rascal make some.
Well then, please look over this tax record. We'll review Second Life's credit based on your observations.
Oh, of course. I'll read very, very carefully. Line by line and word by word.
Oke, sekarang kita ke Second Life. Oh, enggak.
Ah, here, I found it. That exquisite wooden furniture set he bought from Fanmu Carpenters at the beginning of the year. Ugh, he even flaunted it in front of me. Look at the tax record. Not a word about that furniture. And he kept all the profit for himself.
I see. He must have gotten rid of all the documents related to this transaction. No wonder there was no trace of it.
I told you so.
Penggelapan.
Just as I expected. Ugh, I can't wait to watch him squirm.
But, Ms. Ganyu, despite all this, can't he just flat out deny ever making this transaction?
He might have destroyed all the evidence, but I believe the supplier, Fanmu Carpenters, might still have some proof of it.
Aha, you're right. Master Lu from Fanmu Carpenters must still have the invoice. He wouldn't be swayed by the likes of Dongshan.
I hope so. Let's go to Fanmu Carpenters. It should be near Chingsa Village. Thank you for shining a light on this case, Mr. Bolai.
Oh, please, that's nothing. I just hope you won't be lenient with him once you find the evidence. That's the best way to show your gratitude.
I'm afraid I can't go to Jinxa Village.
It's all right, Weishin. You can stay in Liyue Harbor and finish your work. Leave the rest to us.
That's so considerate of you. Still, I'm sorry to trouble you like that.
Oke, sekarang kita ke tempat bapak tua itu ya. Di Genshin. Waduh, jauh juga guys. Berarti kalau nganterin jauh ya. Mana jalanannya kayak gitu ya. Wait, kita ambilin dulu. Jueyun Chili sangat dibutuhkan untuk memasak. Meskipun buat si Xiangling udah cukup ya untuk meningkatkan timnya Xiangling. Tinggal nyari apa bahan-bahan lain ya. Pak, Mr. Lu.
Welcome. How can an old carpenter like me help you? I'm usually happy to take new apprentices, but I'm afraid I can't take too many at once. But I'm always around if you're keen for a chat.
Jinxa really is full of lonely old people.
Iya anjir.
Hey, I heard that. Flying one?
I'm sorry.
Master Lu, we've just come to see you and ask you some questions.
Don't worry, I know. You're from the Yuehai Pavilion, right? Why would the Qixing care about an old man like me? Well, whatever. You said that you want to ask me something. Ask away then.
You're very direct, Master Lu. I will be plain. We're looking for proof that Dongsheng from Second Life has been evading taxation. Dongsheng bought some furniture from you at the beginning of the year. Do you still have the invoice or any other record of that transaction?
Oh, it's about Second Life. It was a big order. How could I forget?
Sure enough, Mr. Balai was right. Could we perhaps borrow that invoice? We won't have any evidence to bring against Dongsheng otherwise.
Of course you can. But I'm not so sprightly anymore.
What's that supposed to mean?
I only do my woodwork and display finished wares here at Fanmu Carpenters. As for old documents and such, I keep them all in a warehouse west of here. But some troublemakers have recently moved there, invading my warehouse. I tried to drive them away, but they just wouldn't leave. Since you need that invoice anyway, it may be best to get it from the warehouse yourself. And while you're at it, you can teach those louts a lesson.
So that's what happened. I see.
I'll leave you to it then. I need to get back to work.
Okay, thank you, Master Lu. Iya nih, pasti nih domain nih bau-baunya.
Take back the warehouse, find the invoice. Time for us to show our stuff in a fight.
Wait, I think I saw one of those troublemakers. Over there.
Oh, Fatui.
I'm on season 2. It's one of the Fatui.
They must be plotting something against Liyue Harbor.
Maybe they're the scoundrels who invaded Master Lu's warehouse.
Ever since Osial attacked the harbor, the Fatui's reputation in Liyue has reached rock bottom. We won't cause a serious diplomatic crisis by getting into some small scuffle with the Fatui within our borders. You need not worry. Besides, I can already feel their malicious intentions. Consider it my intuition as the secretary of the Qixing.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go teach him a lesson.
Let's go. Oh, nggak domain ini kayaknya, guys. Ini bentar. Dia es ya. Kita pakai api deh. Kita juga udah bawa ganyu kan. Jadi, haha.
I can't wait any longer.
Wih, kok Xiangling mati? Bentar. Bentar guys. Bentar. Kita nge-heal dulu. Anjir, Xianglingnya belum gua heal. Si meninggoy. Nah, udah, yuk. Kita balik, yuk. Kita serang si orang tadi ya. Si Fatui gendut. let's go. Wih, ini dulu. Berharga Juyon Cili. Ambil dulu guys.
Let the show begin.
Anjing. Jadi es apa air? Es kan? Anjir. Okay, let's go.
Drop. Starball.
Anjing dibuat jatuh.
Get them.
You're not going anywhere.
I'll protect us.
It's time for a flash freeze.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
Set. You're not going anywhere.
Starball. Luba, get them.
Set.
Anjing. Boom.
It's no problem.
Mati kau. Haha.
You scoundrels.
I think you've had enough. About time you tell us your plan. No?
Plan? What plan?
We just taught you a lesson, but clearly you weren't paying attention. If you don't spill whatever you're scheming against Liyue, we'll be forced to use harsher methods.
I'm telling the truth. There's no scheme.
If you're telling the truth, then why would you, a member of the Fatui, suddenly appear on the outskirts of Chingsa village?
Fine. If you really want to know, then, well, I was about to.
About to what?
Pick berries over there.
I must admit, I didn't expect you to come up with such a silly excuse.
It's not an excuse. I rarely have a free morning, and I heard that there were fresh berries in this area. Think about it. I'm here alone, and Chingsa Village is nothing more than a retirement spot for old people. What could I be scheming anyway?
Judging by how he's looking at us, it does seem like he feels like he's the victim here.
So you have nothing to do with the occupation of Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse?
Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse? Where's that? I swear, I only came here to pick berries, that's all.
So it wasn't the Fatui who took over Master Lu's warehouse after all.
I also feel that he's telling the truth.
Whoopsie!
I misjudged the situation and offended you. My apologies. Our exchange only represents my personal views. If you wish it so, you can file a complaint to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Exchange? This woman, she's clearly aware that the Ministry of Civil Affairs wouldn't side with us Fatui.
Yes, precisely. As an alternative, you may try to solve this problem with force once again.
Paimon's in!
Darn you. How can you wear that solemn face while bullying me like this?
What's your choice then?
I'll get back to my berries.
Good choice.
What a bittersweet ending.
I made a laughingstock out of myself. I might have spent too much time away from work. My intuition is not as accurate as it used to be.
No worries. It's always nice to teach the Fatui a lesson.
Let's keep moving towards Master Lu's warehouse. Our goal is to get the invoice after all.
Oke. Domain ini pasti. Mana sih tempatnya, guys? Oh, situ. Jauh, Ci. Berhost sama rumahnya, anjir. Walah lah ini.
So this is the warehouse. Seems like those troublemakers were nothing more than a few hair churls. Let's show them what we got. Lupa, get them!
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. Let's spark things up.
Let's dance. Nice and spicy. Starball.
Aduh. Bam. Bam. Duh, yang ini nggak mati. Bam. Duh, masih datang reinforcement, Cok.
Nice and spicy.
Come a little closer. You're in for a little shock.
Kemana aja? Ya Allah. Aduh, tempatnya ya. Nggak enak banget buat bertarung, anjir.
Let the show begin.
Aduh, ini loh, gak enak banget posisinya, guys. Jangan.
Nice and spicy.
You're in for a little shock.
Mati
All
kau.
clear. Quick, let's look around for the invoice.
Wah, anjir. Oh, ini dia invoice-nya.
This one is an invoice from Wanmin. This one is Wangsheng Funeral Parlors. Oh, so they make
Bukan ada
coffins
di sini.
too. This one is Second
Oke.
Life. We finally
Dapat
did
semua.
it. Let's bring this invoice back to
Let's go.
Genshin.
Kita punya bukti. Lumayan lama ya. Gara-gara pertarungan tadi, guys, yang bikin lama. Tempatnya nggak enak banget, jadi manjat lah, jadi jatuh ke jurang lah, jadi apalah, anjir. Wait. Wow. Precious chest, nice. berapa% nih di sini? Oh, anjir, 68 loh masih banyak yang bisa dieksplor di situ.
Oh, Ms. Ganyu, you're back. I hope it wasn't too much trouble rushing about like that.
I promise to help you and I'll keep my word. Nothing to worry about. Look, it's the invoice for the transaction between Second Life and Fanmu Carpenters. We've brought it back.
Oh, thank you so much. Now we can solve this problem.
Agreed. How about we go to Second Life and have a nice chat with the owner?
Oke, kita obrolkan ya. Second Life itu yang mana sih? Oh, Second Life itu yang jual I know guys. Yang jual ini loh, bahan-bahan juga. Nah, itu loh. Nah.
Isn't it Huixin from the Yuehai Pavilion? I remember you. I told you that all of my transactions are included in the records. My tax declarations are scrupulous as well. I do hope that my business won't be affected by any groundless accusations.
Groundless accusations? Mr. Dongsheng, you seem very sure of yourself. But I sincerely advise that you cease this behavior immediately. It is liable to affect the fine you'll need to pay in the end.
No. I'm an honest merchant. I would never get involved with any fraudulent sources of profit.
Haven't I made myself clear? Mr. Dongsheng, you've already been proven guilty of tax evasion. I just came here to see if you'd confess.
What? Proven guilty? How come? That's impossible. Absolutely absurd.
He's talking without rhyme or reason. Must be crumbling under Ganyu's pressure. Time for the finishing blow!
Mr. Dongsheng, can you tell me what this is?
It's an invoice from Fanmu Carpenters. I'm Master Lu. I didn't...
Do you admit to tax evasion? This transaction was absent from the tax record.
I didn't think you'd find out. I didn't leave a single trace.
Indeed. We wouldn't have found out if it weren't for Mr. Boalai's aid.
Boalai? That imp from Wanyo Boutique? So he told on me behind my back. He's got his own share of dirty laundry.
Oh?
Waduh, dua-duanya pengelapan
I'd like to hear a
pajak.
little more about this dirty laundry. Would you care to elaborate?
Anjir. Ternyata.
I don't think you'll need my guidance for what comes next.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Ganyu. I can take it from here.
That's good.
I must say, you're truly impressive, Ms. Ganyu. Your enemy knows you best. To think, you came up with this plan and executed it so masterfully.
It's actually one of your father's, the Tianshu's, old tricks. I just took some inspiration from it.
My father?
Pitting your opponent against their enemies and watching them drag each other down from an advantageous position, that's how Uncle Tian managed to keep his position in the Qixing secure for so many years. I figured that as Uncle Tian's daughter, you'd naturally grasp your father's strategies. So, I decided to use one of your father's tricks and play it out for you to see.
I can see it now. Clearly, I still have a lot to learn about my father. I'm really grateful, Ms. Ganyu. You're the kindest mentor I've ever had. Thank you.
Ganyu solved both Huixin's work and family
Two birds
problems.
with one
Two
stone.
birds with one stone.
Oh, you've helped me
2-3
so
pulau
much.
terlampaui, guys.
You must allow me to repay your kindness.
That's not necessary. No need to be so serious. It was nothing, really.
Then let me treat you to a meal. The Traveler and Paimon are invited as well. I appreciate your help.
All right, come on, Ganyu. Just say yes. Let's eat. Oh, come on. It's just a
Okay.
meal.
If it's just a meal, there's no reason for me to decline. It'll be my pleasure, Huixin.
Actually, I've already booked Senor Kiosk. I need a moment to prepare everything first. Let's meet there in a while.
All right. We dare not refuse such generosity.
Oke, sudah beres. Sekarang kita ke kios mana tuh? Oke, kita makan siang. Oke, oh langsung masuk ya. Wih, dia juga jualan guys. Coba gua cek tools. Ada resep. Ini yang kita butuhkan, stir fried fresh noodle. So itu ya, full moon egg. Oke. Wah, kita beli deh. Waduh, ternyata ada ini. Kalau golden bread nggak usah, kita udah punya, jadi tidak usah kita beli. Dapat itu baru, gue baru tahu ternyata juga jualan. Oke, let's go, kita makan siang. Oh, ini dia. Kenapa kursinya banyak banget sih? Mana makanannya banyak banget.
Thank you for accepting my invitation. And as for the two of you, your presence is also much appreciated.
Sure. That's so kind of you, Huishin. You went to great lengths to organize this.
Truth be told, apart from thanking you for all the help, there's something I'd like to tell you.
Oh. If there's anything I can help you with, just tell me straight away. No need to hesitate.
Oh, no, I don't really need help. Could you just listen for a bit?
With pleasure.
When I was a little girl, my father used to tell me many stories about you, Miss Ganyu. Even though I have the utmost respect for my father, I always admired how gentle and reliable you are. I've only decided to join the Yuhai Pavilion staff because I've always looked up to you.
I didn't know that you think so highly of me.
However, in reality, working at the Yuhai Pavilion turned out to be an arduous task. I can't compare myself to such an outstanding secretary like you. I often doubt myself as a result.
I disagree. You're a great secretary in your own right.
Thank you. Over the years, I became a mother, too.
Oh.
Huh? So Uncle Tian is a grandpa!
Influenced by my youthful ideals, she followed my footsteps and came to be a secretary at the Yuhai Pavilion, too. At first, I was worried about her. It's not an easy job, after all. To tell the truth, I'm still unsure if she's capable enough. But after all that happened this time, I've made up my mind to support her choice.
So, what made you change your mind?
The fact that she'll have you, Ms. Ganyu, as her senior colleague. You'll help her, gentle as always, and tell her your mom used to do it like that. It'd be such a beautiful moment. If it's not too much to ask for, she might still need your guidance in 20+ years, too.
Huishin, I never thought that I meant so much to you.
Orang-orang masih butuh.
Just like when you showed me my father's trick. Having you as their witness makes people feel at
makannya
ease.
banyak juga ya.
Witness.
Nasinya banyak banget.
It's true that I've witnessed thousands of years of Liyue Harbor's history. All the changes it's gone through, the stories of its people. But I've always regarded it as nothing more than the source of my loneliness. Huishin, you don't know how important those words are to me. You've made me realize that I share another connection with the people of Liyue Harbor. Apart from my contract with Rex Lapis, they rely on me, accept me, and long for me to bear witness to their stories.
No, of course. You're irreplaceable to us.
That's right. That's why I can't disappoint you.
Hooray! Ganyu's finally cheered up!
Even if I've really been supplanted, I wish to fight for my place. I won't let you down. I'm going to fulfill my contract and keep working as the Qixing secretary. Regardless, I'll go back and see for myself. I'm afraid that it might have all become a mess during my absence.
Makan dulu dong.
No time to waste. Let's get back to work.
Good luck, Miss Ganyu.
We're leaving already? I'm still hungry.
Oke. Ngobrol sama Huisin. Huisin mana? Lah. Keluarnya. Tung teng tung 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 tung. Duh. Oh, udah beres ya? Hah? Oh, hah? Hah, gimana sih? Iya kan? Oh, udah beres. Oh, tapi belum beres, guys. Hah, ini kan lanjutannya. Oh, tapi kan jet chambernya belum beres ya. Makanya ininya nanti. Jadi lanjutannya, ya Allah, balik lagi kita ke ini, guys, interlude chapter, guys. Ya ampun. Oke, jadi kita akhiri dulu di sini aja ya. Berarti ya, ternyata tidak langsung selesai. Ternyata kita harus ke jet chamber, sedangkan jet chambernya kan lagi kita bikin, makanya kok di navigate di map juga nggak ada. Ternyata emang setelah kita lihat apa ini story quest, karakter is currently involved in other quest, berarti kita harus nyelesain dulu nih kan. Akhirnya kebuka interlude chapter, go to the worksite to ask around for news, ya kan. Oke, jadi hari ini segini dulu. Ini juga udah lama sih guys, ini sih Ganyu story-nya lumayan lama ternyata, kayaknya ini udah hampir 1 jam maybe, but anyway, tidak apa-apa, kita lanjutkan besok ya. Jadi besok kita akan beralih lagi ke chapter 1 lagi ya. Jadi ke mana? Arkan Quest Interlude Capture Act 1. Act 1 belum beres kan, jadi mudah-mudahan besok udah beres Act 1, atau mungkin malah ini sampai selesai dulu guys. Gua nggak tahu ini bakal ada Act berapa, cuman ya kita lihat besok. Kalau besok ternyata ada, misal ada 2 Act gitu, dan Act pertama ini cepet udah langsung beres, terus mungkin bisa langsung kita lanjutin Act 2 sampai beres itu. Jadi kita lihat besok, tapi intinya sekarang udah beres dulu. Jadi ngelanjutin ininya, lanjutin Act 1 ini harus beresin jet chamber dulu. Jadi jet chambernya baru beres, baru kita bisa ngelanjutin story questnya kan. So thank you guys buat yang udah nonton, like dan subscribe. Besok akan kita lanjutin lagi ya story questnya Ganyu sama Arkan Quest Interlude Capture untuk membangun jet chamber. Jadi besok kita lanjutin jet chamber dulu, baru kita lanjutin story questnya Ganyu. Oke, jadi sampai bertemu besok and have a good day. Bye bye.